In this lesson, we'll be discussing creating the initial global admin in Office 365. During the tenant provisioning process, we'll have to give a username for the first user in the environment, and this will become the initial global admin. Now, I've seen guidance that says that this user should be a real person, as well as guidance that says it should be some sort of generic administrator account. In my opinion, like all admin accounts, it should be a non-shared account that's issued to an individual and only used when elevated privileges are required, and the name should reflect what the account's for. And that's why I recommend using something like AJD Admin 365. It specifies the user via initials, the privilege of the account, and the resource being accessed, in this case, Office 365. The user's login will be the account name at tenant.onmicrosoft.com, but this can be changed later when we add a custom domain. This will also become the account's email address if you plan to issue it a user mailbox. Now, you don't have to, but if you do, it will consume a license which will cost you money once the trial period is over. Now, if you're only planning to give this account a mailbox so that you can have general admin emails such as admin@yourcompany.com, you can do this via alias addresses or distribution rules for other users, which we'll see in future lessons. This account doesn't necessarily need an email account if all it will be doing is managing the tenant environment. As for a valid password, it must be between 8 and 16 characters long and contain 3 out of the 4 categories of characters listed here: uppercase, lowercase, number, and symbol. It doesn't specify 3 out of 4, but that's what it is. I'm also not sure why they only limit you to 16 characters, but if you require more complexity than that, once we deploy directory synchronization or federated identities model, you could set whatever complexity you want on the on-premise Active Directory, and you aren't limited by any of the restrictions in Office 365. Try to remember this password, but know that the global admin account can be reset if it's forgotten, and we'll discuss password resets in more detail in Objective 3. Here is a list of the tenant administrator roles that exist in Office 365. I'm not including any of the application administrator roles such as Exchange Admin or SharePoint Admin. And we'll go over these roles in more detail in Objective 2, but for now just know that the global admin has all the privileges for the tenant, and it's the only account who can grant someone else any of these admin roles. Also know that you can have more than one global admin, and you can assign the role to multiple people. The billing administrator can make new purchases, change subscription levels, manage support tickets, and monitor health services. The services administrator can just monitor health services and manage support tickets. The password administrator can reset the password for users and some admins, but it can't reset the password for the global admin, the billing admin, or the services admin. The user management admin can perform all the functions of the services admin and the password admin, as well as adding and removing users, assigning or unassigning licenses, and also changing group membership for users. And we'll go much more into depth in admin roles in Objective 2. Okay, enough talk. Let's go provision that account.